Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 2 of What If Naruto Was a OP Anbu at 6 years old. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in social media platform, and also guys, I posted a brand new episode of What If Naruto Was Kaguya Forgotten Son over on Anime King. So go ahead, check out that and enjoy guys. And if you're new, yes, I indeed have 4 channels: Anime King, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, and Anime Prince, which I post What If on every single day. Yes, you heard that correctly. Every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and just destroy that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family guys. And thank you for all of your help and your support. And yeah, without further ado, what do you say we jump right into this new episode? Begin the intro guys. So the last part we left off, Mizuki was in the process of breaking Naruto's will, as he was telling him that he was a demon. However, Naruto shot that down rather quickly, saying that he was not. Mizuki was confused by that, as Naruto told him that he was not a demon, and he started to speak rather intelligently, so that was rather confusing for everyone there. Iruka not rather understanding how Naruto had changed so much, as Naruto appeared behind Mizuki and drive a blade right into his spine. His feet gave out from underneath him as Naruto slammed him into the ground. As Kakashi appeared there as well, telling that he did a good job, Iruka was confused as he asked what the hell was going on. They arrived towards the office as it was explained to him that Naruto was an undercover operative. Since he was 6 years old, he has been trained brutally to become one of the best undercover operatives. Acting a fool and being an idiot was just a part of his, career. To hide his secrets. There was no record of him being in ANBU because the ANBU record was sealed, so he had to go to the academy. And he still had to become a genin, but he was going to be placed in a team with Kakashi, his old senpai being his sensei, so that was good. Iruka was baffled by all of that. The next day Naruto arrived towards the academy as he was decked out differently. His code name for ANBU was Fox, given his reputation, as Naruto also knew Kurama as well. The both of them had gotten a good friendship over the past few years. As they arrived, the group was rather confused by Naruto's sudden change, as he was placed in a team with Sasuke and Sakura, as Naruto revealed himself to them. After they went through the bell test, of course, as Kakashi already know what Naruto was capable of, so the bell test was for the other two, which they kinda failed at first until Sasuke offered Sakura some of his food. Once that was done, Naruto told them who he really was, as Kakashi told them about Naruto's highest accomplishments in the ANBU. One of them where he exterminated at least 400 people in a few hours that was bandits and low-level mercenaries, but still, that was beyond incredible. Someone important to him had been captured and Naruto went berserk and slaughtered hundreds of people. So if there was one thing to know, do not piss him off one bit. A council meeting was called as Harrison brought in Naruto into the room, as he introduced who he really was. As a revelation about Naruto and who he was got out, they were baffled. The secret was not to leave this room, especially about who Naruto really was, as they couldn't believe it. The operations that Fox had commenced, they were quite legendary, and yet here he was, it was this kid who had pretended to be a fool the entire time in the ANBU. Well, in the academy he had pretended. So with that, a few weeks passed, they went through some D-rank mission until they finally arrived to do their C-rank missions. Arriving on the field, as Sasuke wanted to prove that he was better than Naruto, he was rather arrogant in doing so because Naruto was showing him up, and he didn't like that one bit. However, they got across Demon Brothers, who did not stand a chance, as Naruto had already suspected something, so he had moved out ahead of them as he accepted the mission. Zabuza showed up as he started to speak. Zabuza was almost sliced down in half as he moved on instinct, as he turned to see Naruto standing there. as Naruto's voice reminded him of something that happened within the past. As Naruto knew that he had a little friend out here that was, well, watch out for him. But Zabuza decided to play the fool. As they made a bet, just the both of them, to see which one of them comes out of this alive. Zabuza was all up for the challenge as Naruto simply grinned, finding it rather fun as well. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across and please check it out for yourself. And also guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Was Kaguya Forgotten Son and enjoy that guys. And yeah, without further ado, wasting no more time, what do you say we jump right into this new episode? Begin now guys. Sasuke was scared. The pure killer intent rolling off the blonde was nothing normal, and not to mention with Zabuza killer intent mixing into the fold. He was shivering. It was too much. Sasuke could not keep up. He couldn't. It was too much. He looked toward his cone as he brought it up toward his jugular. However, his wrist was grabbed by Kakashi. Don't be a coward, he said. You're a leaf shinobi. Act like it. He knew that if one thing Sasuke cared about the most, and that was his pride, that was enough to snap Sasuke back in focus, allowing him to weather through the killer intent and not do something stupid. Over to the other side, the place was filled with mists. You're dead, said Zabuza as he brought his blade down to end Naruto. As Naruto wondered what kind of strength one would need to have to be whipping around a blade that big. He also was using one hand as well. It was rather impressive. As Naruto pulled back, his eyes activated. As Naruto felt it, he was able to activate the second level of his eyes. He felt like his whole body was energized. The strange dojutsu that he just acquired. But it was some sort of lineage thing. Maybe from his past lineage, but he felt it in his body as he felt the energy course through him. The first level ability of the eyes were like the Sharingan. It slowed down the perception of anyone attacking you, along with the ability to predict the attacks. And the second level was a boost in nervous system, and it allowed faster reaction time and swifter movements. So combining those two, it made you a whole lot greater than before. Zabuza was starting to get pissed. He swung and swung and slashed. However, no matter what he did, he just couldn't hit this damn kid. Zabuza flooded the place with his chakra, so much that the mist got so thick that Naruto couldn't see past his nose. However, he didn't need his eyes to react. As Naruto heard the movements, he felt it, and his body was too fast to be hit as Naruto ducked and dodged, despite not even seeing what was going on. How are you still dodging me? Said Zabuza in rage, as he just couldn't understand. It's a secret, but I'll tell you when you join us, said Naruto. They did make a bet. If he wins, he will join. You're never gonna beat me, kid, not even if there was 100 of you, said Zabuza as he continued his onslaught of slashes. Now there's an idea, said Naruto, as he jumped back. Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu. Wind release. Great wind breakthrough. A huge gust of wind blew all the mist away as the place was clear, and Zabuza realized he was surrounded. Hey Kakashi, how about we give this an old good formation too, said Naruto. Kakashi flashed beside Naruto. Formation 2, huh? I guess you're done messing around. Let's do this. Kakashi flashed you hand sign. Fire style, Great Fire Dragon, as Naruto performed another hand sign. Wind style, Great Tornado Dragon. Zabuza was busy with the onslaught of the clones. When he turned, he realized a gigantic beast. A mixture of the fire and the wind, making the thing gigantic, roaring towards him. He was able to flash you hand sign, Water style, Water Wall. However, his attack was too weak to block this. His body was thrown as he slammed right through a tree. He hit his back into another one. As Naruto walked over, it's over, he said. Join us, and your life will be spared. Well, I guess I've been beaten. You little shit. I'll keep today. He was cut off as 2 senbons erected right into his neck. As he slumped over. Thank you, 100 instead arriving. I've been chasing him for the last 3 years, and I'll help with decapitation, said Naruto, cutting off the Hunter Ninja. However, senbons were thrown towards him, forcing him to jump back. Naruto staggered on his feet as the Hunter Ninja grabbed Zabuza and Shunshin away with him. Kakashi was about to give chase until he noticed Naruto acting strange. Are you okay? He asked. Yeah, said Naruto. Just feeling a bit. He fell as Kakashi caught him. He looked towards Naruto surprised that he passed out. Time skip. The next day, noon. What exactly are you saying? Said Naruto as he stood in front of Kurama. I believe it was your eyes. Normally, you would have been able to fight at least 10 times that amount without going down from chakra exhaustion. However, you said in that fight that your eyes obtained another level. I don't think that you mastered this new level. And doing it incorrectly, they drew a lot more chakra than the first level did. However, it's only a theory. You really should ask Hokage about a leeway mission to go and search the ruins of Uzu. I bet you could find some answers there. Hell, I bet there's a good chunk of that village still standing. Kurama said to Naruto. I thought this was just like the Sharingan, said Naruto. And besides, aren't they my eyes? Why do they draw that extensive amount? Like I said, kid, not even I know the full concept of these eyes. So either you go to Uzu and try to find some information, or try to wing it, which seemed to be a really bad thing. And I know that you're not that stupid, said Kurama. Naruto sighed. I guess you're right there, he said. He's never been chakra exhausted like that before, which was really strange so quickly. I mean, he was barely fighting for a few minutes and yet he fell. It was like he was Kakashi with that Sharingan of his. As he sighed. Meanwhile, Sasuke spoke up. Naruto, are you up there? He said. The reason why he asked, as Naruto was seeming to be switching between emotions while he slept, even lashing out while he was asleep, as Sasuke was not gonna chance it. He's fine. He does that a lot when he's dreaming about ramen, said Kakashi. He was lying as he probably knew that Naruto was having a conversation with the fox. However, through years of training, Naruto had developed a mechanism of allowing his body to be in a state of always readiness just in case. So it was a bad thing to try and startle him or sneak up on him, especially when he was sleeping. Oh, it wasn't just about a ramen, said Naruto as he came walking down. It was about a sea of ramen and a bunch of snakes. I hate that dream. So, we should probably discuss what to do when Zabuza returns. What do you mean? That hunter Nin killed him, said Sasuke. Well, no, said Naruto. Those era that those needles hit are to put someone in a light dead state. He's not dead. Besides, Zabuza was a lot stronger than I thought, said Naruto. It's best if Kakashi took him. And also that ninja with him was probably low tuning, said Naruto. It seems he was right. The battle that we had some time ago pushed him to get a lot stronger. So you guys are gonna have to hold your own as well, he said, looking towards Sasuke. Well then, I think it will be best if Naruto begin your training. What? Said Sasuke. Oh, don't worry. He's gonna teach you what I would have taught you. Start with the tree climbing, said Kakashi. No, go on, he said. As Naruto eye twitched. You just want to read that damn book of yours, don't you? I have no idea what you're talking about, Kakashi said. Damn you, pervy Hatake, said Naruto. Alright, you heard him. Get some food in you and meet me at the clearing in 45 minutes. And get ready for my version of tree climbing, said Naruto, as he had a sadistic grin on his face. Time skip 45 minutes later. Okay, today you'll be climbing to the top of those trees, using your feet only. This workout is a slimmed down version of my ANBU workout, said Naruto. 2 questions. How the hell do you do that? The other one, how the hell is this gonna make me stronger? Asked Sasuke as he was excited that he will finally get the train that he asked for a month ago. Focus chakra to the bottom of your feet and use that to form a kind of suction to the tree. Too much chakra and you blow the bark off too little and you will simply slip off. The key is to find a good understanding of the balance that is needed for this exercise. To add to the usefulness of this exercise, every time you fail to make it to the top, you will have to do 5 push-ups, sit-ups and squats. Mark your progress and try to make it to the top in the next 3 days. Go, he said. As he watches Sasuke rush up, he made it around quarter way up the mark before he shot off using too much chakra. Wow, that was pretty good, said Naruto. As he turned to look up and see Sakura sitting on one of the branch as she was panting, he already figured that would happen. She had small amount of chakra, so she had pretty good control. However, she was already panting because, well, she didn't have enough chakra. Keep going, Sakura, when you can't go higher. Come down and take a 10-minute break, then do your workout, said Naruto. 2 hours later. Hey Sakura, you're right, said Naruto. She was face first in the ground. As she was groaning in pain, she was exhausted. Sasuke was a little better off. He was leaning against a tree, his eyes closed. He was too tired to keep them open. You both did pretty good, said Naruto. Almost an entire quarter of my morning workout. What? Did you just say a quarter? That is a quarter of what you do every morning, Sasuke said. How the hell is that a quarter, he asked. He had to be lying. No, that wasn't possible. Yep, a quarter. And you didn't even make the hard stuff. Come on, I'll carry you both back and give you a medical pill, so that you can at least move. They both couldn't really move, so there wasn't much choice. As Naruto picked Sasuke up and just placed him over his shoulder, he picked Sakura up bridal style before he vanished, without even hand signs. Kakashi was sitting in a recliner, back at the house. So he said, how was the training? I had them do my warm-up. It was pretty fun, said Naruto. The both of them groaned as Naruto placed them on the couch. Because of how tired they were, they couldn't really move. However, Naruto placed Sasuke right on top of Sakura. How far did they get, Kakashi asked. Well, Sasuke can make it at least a quarter of the tree, but he didn't get all the way up. Sakura can make it to the top, but only once. She has rather small reserves. What do you want them to work on once they're done tomorrow? I was thinking water walking and then elemental affinities. We could. And you could still use some work on your wind affinity, so we could do that. I would like to see the tree though, said Kakashi in code, as Naruto nodded, as the both of them made their way outside. So what do you want to talk about, said Naruto. I want to know what you and the fox were talking about this morning, and also, how you were able to react faster than Zabuza can even move. They're two in the same. I was talking to the fox about the new level in my eyes that I unlocked. He said I hadn't mastered it and I used it rather strangely, so I lost more chakra than I should have. Let me see your eyes. I think I have a theory, said Kakashi. As Naruto activated his eye to show that there was 2 diamonds in one, but only one on the other one. I believe that to master the level of your eyes, you must have the same amount of diamond in each. Perhaps then it won't suck as much chakra out. Try just using the first level until you master the second one. That's a good idea, said Naruto, as he needed to find out how to master the second one first, because running out of chakra like that so easily was not his thing. At Zabuza hideout. Son of a bitch, said Zabuza. Do you always have to go for the neck, he asks. I'm sorry, Zabuza-sama, but I had to make it seem like I killed you to not raise suspicion. However, that blonde boy, he's rather smart. Zabuza was quiet for a minute, as Haku just watched him. Haku, he said. What do you think about the hidden leaf, he asks. 4 days later. The last 3 days have been hell. Pure unflinching, inferno rage in hell. For Sakura and Sasuke, the training regimen only increased with each passing day. Although it paid off, they were both at a level where they could practice while they were on the tree, as Naruto was in the process of helping them sparring on a horizontal surface to help with their chakra control, their reserves, and their taijutsu to be able to fight anywhere. Both of them were getting stronger, while Naruto was still working on his wind affinity to become a wind master. Not to mention he also had a strong water affinity as well, which was coming along nicely. However, the training that Naruto did left him exhausted by the end of the day, because of the high amount of chakra that he was pumping out. As we now find the group inside of the dining hall. I fold, said Naruto as he placed on the cards. I really hate your poker face. Kakashi could not really show any emotions on that damn mask, so Naruto didn't know when he was lying or not. Well, maybe if you also wear a mask, you'll have a good poker face like me. Why do you guys try so hard? The both of them paused as they turned towards the young child that spoke up. Huh? Because he's won almost half of the money I have, and I want it back, said Naruto, as he dealt another set of cards. No, you idiot, God was just gonna kill you. You have no chance. No one can beat him, said Inari. Kid, I lived through way much to just come and roll over and die right here by some midget in a business suit. You think you've lived through a lot in that hidden village of yours that you live in. You're a ninja. How could you have had a bad life? There's no way you even know what pain is. Inari shouted, causing Kakashi eye to widen at that. This wasn't going to end well. It never ended well. Is that so? Said Naruto as he got up, Well then, come outside and let me show you something. In fact, all of you can come if you want. The group looked towards him confused, only Kakashi knew what he was about to do. Once they were outside, so said Naruto, his back turned to Inari. You think I don't know what suffering is? Well then, as Naruto turned, as he held up a single hand sign, ninja art. Memory vision jutsu, he said. A flashback. 8 years ago. Naruto was running through the streets. A mob chased after him. They were shouting, "Die, demon!" Rocks and bottles came over his shoulder. One of the rocks hit him. He fell to the ground as the mob converged upon him, as they kick and punch and beat him. The last thing that Naruto saw before he blacked out was the ANBU arriving, as the mob was forced to disperse. As a gravity-defying hair, silver hair ANBU landed right beside him and checked his pulse, as Naruto blacked out already. A year later, Naruto was now 5, as he was once again running, but now this time, it was ninjas. He never stood a chance. He was caught and he was pulled into an alleyway. He was propped up against a wall as a kunai was shoved deep within his shoulders, pinning him there as he cried out in pain, as he was savagely beaten. The next year, Naruto was now 6. Naruto was tied up as he had a bag over his head, as he was being thrown violently into every object that was near range. His body had deep cuts and bruises as he was bleeding badly. As he could not see, but he heard them laughing until he heard, "Shidori!" Blood splattered everywhere as a hand killed all of the people that surrounded him. When the bag was finally removed, Naruto looked up. As the rope was removed from his hand, it was the same silver hair ANBU that saved him countless times. "Screw the council and the elders. I'm gonna take care of you, Naruto," the man said, picking him up as he passed out. The last thing he heard, "Even if I have to kill every single one of them," the silver hair ANBU said, as Naruto blacked out. Another skip, as Naruto was now 11 years old. Naruto was running full speed towards a bandit camp. He knew he had to get his friend out, and he didn't care what it take to do it. He had to do it. As Naruto found his friend, when he did, he had been tortured by the enemy. Naruto rushed him back towards the medical center. Until he returned back to the camp, his eyes were burning with rage. He created 50 clones to block the area so no one could escape. He then started to walk as a red haze overtook his body. His eyes turned red, his nails elongated his claws. As he rushed in and started to slaughter, hundreds of bandits fell that day as they were torn and ripped apart. Body parts were sent sailing. After a good 7 minutes, it was a slaughterization. All of the bandits were removed from the face of the earth. The low-level missing names, the other missing names, all of them were slaughtered. It was that scene that Kakashi arrived to see. In the midst of all that chaos and death, as Naruto was on his knees. End of jutsu. Everyone threw up, at least once except for Naruto and Kakashi, as they witnessed those horrific sights. "That was just a fraction of my pain," said Naruto. Now they understood why he brought them outside. He wouldn't want them to puke in the house. So before you go on ahead and speak about your pain, know that you're not the only one in this world that has suffered. I just pray to God that the one that had it worse than me can handle the life that they live. Because if there wasn't someone by my side, people to help me through this, I don't know what kind of monster I would have turned into," said Naruto. "I'll be back later, Kakashi." Code 48, said Naruto as he vanished, leaving the group there in silence. It was almost 10 minutes before anyone could speak once again. They were horrified and shocked by what they just saw. Kakashi-sensei, said Sakura. "That was just a genjutsu, right?" she asked, in a pleading tone. There was no way that anyone could do that, right? She begged. She didn't want to believe that people do that to a child. No, everything you just witnessed was real. That all happened and more. Time skip. The next day at the kitchen, no one was really talking that much. It was a lot what they heard what happened. It was a lot what they saw. Sasuke couldn't believe that Naruto did that much worse than him. Despite him losing his entire family and clan, he's never been hunted, he's never been chased, attacked, pinned down and savagely beaten. How can someone live through all of that and still claim to be the way he is? How can he still go on every day, acting that way? Why hasn't he gone on a rampage, attacking everyone in his sight? Sasuke didn't understand how was that possible because he would have lost his mind a long time ago. And that is when he realized that Naruto was truly stronger than him, both mentally and physically as well. Maybe Naruto was the only one that could literally understand him, because he had felt pain much worse. Maybe he really can become Hokage. After all, to go through all of that and still maintain the same attitude was something greater than Sasuke can even fathom. His respect for Naruto had went up to a completely different level. Sasuke got up as he started to leave. "You won't find him unless you want you to find him," Kakashi said, already knowing where he was going. "Not even I can find him when he calls. A code 48. And I've basically raised him since he was 6 years old." "What is a code 48? Sasuke said. "It means that he's on a self-appointed mission, probably training Kakashi," as he flipped a page in a book. "Then it shouldn't be that hard to find him," Sasuke questioned. "Normally no, but I and several others has trained him to be unpredictable. Add that to his talent for stealth. I don't even believe a Hyuga can find him," said Kakashi, as he had that much confidence in Naruto's skills. Besides, he inherited the stealth ability from both of his parents. "Wait, I thought he was an orphan," said Sakura. "His parents died the day that he was born. His mother at childbirth. His father died fighting a Kyuubi. A lot of people that knew his parents tried to adopt him, but they were stopped by the civilian council, bringing up several old laws that put things not in his favor. Even the man that was to assign to make the papers go through was assassinated by some unknown shinobi. It was only after I and several others saying that we were gonna leave the village. It was then I was given leeway to take him under my wing. But even then he still had to live alone. Because of that damn council," said Kakashi. The amount of rage that he felt for those people. He wasn't gonna be surprised if one day he just snapped and killed them all. God knows that they deserve it, all of them. They deserve to die in brutal, chaotic, wicked ways. That is why he was assigned to ANBU. It was the only thing that Lord Hokage had enough control over to keep the civilians and that clan out of. Since the day that he was born, he was technically a ninja of the village. "What's going on? Why would they do that?" Sakura said. "Why was he considered a ninja at birth? And what clan was after him?" she said. Her mom was on the council. Sure, her mom didn't like Naruto, but she thought it was because of the pranks that he always pulled. She never knew that it run this deep. Only Naruto and the Hokage can explain the first two. But the clan that was against him was the Uchihas. And it's the same reason why the civilians are against him to this very day. "What? You must be lying. They said that the Uchihas were great people. Why would they do that to a child?" she said, not understanding. "So it was him," Sasuke said. Sakura turned towards him. "What do you mean?" "I always hear my clan speaking about ways to harm that boy. I was young back then, so I didn't know what they were talking about. Always speaking in secrets. It must have been Naruto. I remember there was a group of ninjas that said that they should put him in his place. And afterwards, they went missing. Even before the massacre. That was around 8 years ago. And it was right at the time of the Kyuubi festival." Kakashi had said something outside when Sakura asked him what could be worse that Naruto had went through. He had told her that a group of individuals had tried to molest Naruto. Some sick, twisted individuals in the village. However, Sasuke put that together and realized those people. Sasuke went outside as he threw up. Sakura was stopped by Kakashi to give him a moment as Sasuke realized that was his clan. People in his clan did that. He did not understand. Uchihas, a part of his clan, did that to Naruto. He was a child, a kid. How could Sasuke's mind was just going into a frenzy? His clan, he always thought highly of them. They were good, decent people, and yet Sasuke's mind was just in shambles, hearing everything that was taking place. Meanwhile, with Naruto, he was doing a lot of things. He was doing countless training. His clones were helping a lot. He had seen Jiraiya once every year, as the man had helped him out a lot with his training as Naruto was moving on to more difficult things. Hiruzen wanted to wait until Naruto became Chunin to introduce him to the populace about who his father was. Not to mention his parents at a house that he had not moved into yet. However, he wanted to become Chunin first and do a lot more before he felt worthy of moving into that house. He was also working on Funjutsu as well. Not to mention he was combining several fighting styles, one of those being the Uchiha fighting style as well, as he was going to make an unpredictable, uncounterable fighting style. It was a lot to work on, but Naruto could get training done rather easily, from making over 1,500 clones. However, even after dispelling them by small amounts, the backlash would still knock him out for a few hours. After a couple of hours, Naruto was lying on the ground. He figured that he should return back now. He didn't have to show them all of those memories, but he needed to make them understand for one Inari. Need to understand that he wasn't the only one that had it bad. And Sakura, she need to understand that the world isn't just fun and games. If she was gonna be a Kunoichi, there was death, suffering, pain, agony. And Sasuke need a reality check, plus, if they could become better friends, that would help team dynamics. His clones were still hard at work as Naruto made his way back, given it was a smaller number than before. At the house, the team was getting worried, as Kakashi seemed to be relaxing though. Sakura and Sasuke on the other hand, as Naruto had not come back yet. We need to go and find him. What if he did something stupid and get hurt while training, Sakura said. Kakashi sighed. She is asking this for the 20th time now, even though he told her that Naruto will be fine. Naruto has been trained by myself, Asuma, Sarutobi, my guy, and most of ANBU. He has had one-on-one time with the Hokage. Trust me, he'll be fine. Look what Sasuke is doing. He's over there meditating. Why don't you go and do something proactive, he said. It was true that Sasuke was meditating. Kakashi suggested that to calm his nerves. However, he was in deep thought. That had both helped and hurt his mental state. He had pulled up old memories that happened a long time ago. Some memories were swimming through his head. And upon thinking about it, Sasuke had remembered something that he had suppressed for the longest time now. It was Itachi. On the night of the massacre, Itachi was crying. Why? He was crying. He had so much pain and regret in his eyes. At the time, Sasuke did not care because of what Itachi did, but now he remembered clearly. Itachi was crying sadly. There was so much pain, so much anguish. Why? Did Itachi regret what he did? Was he forced to do it? Sasuke thought as the memories kept on replaying in his mind. Flashback, night of the massacre. But there was something else as well that brought back that he thought was a hallucination back then. Flashback. Sasuke dropped on the ground. He was not unconscious, but his mind was drifting off. He saw a yellow blur. Something appeared and held onto him. I won't let you down, Itachi. I'll make sure to save your brother, just like you helped save me. End of flashback. Sasuke's eyes were closed as he thought about that. His mind had suppressed so much things on that night, and now he was remembering them. Flashback. On Sasuke's 10th birthday. He had just made it home from the academy. It was another boring day, when he spotted a present waiting for him on his doorstep. Only people with authorization are allowed to walk in here. As he wondered what was going on, he picked up the box and made it inside. When he opened, he found a pair of arm warmers and a new blue shirt with the Uchiha fan on the back. As he found a letter inside, Dear Sasuke, I know how hard it is to be alone. Just remember, if you're ever in trouble, I'll be there as soon as I can. Best of luck in the future. End of flashback. Sasuke's mind was starting to hurt a lot as he realized that Naruto was there, all along for him. He was the one that did that. And Sasuke knew why, because the note ended with a NU. N.U. That stands for Naruto Uzumaki. He lowered his head in shame. All this time, him and his clan had put Naruto through hell, and yet he was still there for him, knowing that he was suffering as well after losing his clan, despite what he went through. The door then opened up as Sasuke cracked open one eye. So what's for dinner? I'm starving, said Naruto. How was the training, said Kakashi. If I were to guess, from the way you're moving, it seems like you were doing some shadow training, Kakashi said, not fully explaining what he was talking about. He couldn't have Sasuke trying this training otherwise. It would do more bad than good for him. This kind of things was only fit for Naruto because of his stamina and chakra. Well, it went pretty well, said Naruto. I was working most in my taijutsu. That was a code. As Kakashi's eyes smiled at that. The Chunin exams were coming up and he was gonna make a shit ton of money off Naruto there. Well, Naruto was in on it as well, so it was gonna be fun. As they sat down, the table was extremely quiet as everyone ate in silence. Once they had finished, Sasuke turned towards Naruto. Hey, dope. He caught himself from saying dope. Naruto, he said. Can we talk? Naruto was surprised at the shift in his attitude. Yeah, sure, he said. What do you want to talk about? Not here, he said. As he walked out, Naruto shrugged and followed behind him, on the roof. Once they were up there, Naruto flashed through hand sign and Sasuke raised his eyebrow at that. It's a silence in seal, said Naruto. No one can hear us up here. So, what do you want to talk about, said Naruto. He knew what he wanted to ask, but... Damn it, speak, he said to himself. Let me guess, you want me to tell you about Itachi? Clear up my past, and how I survived and thrived through it, said Naruto. Sasuke nodded. Tell me everything you know about me and your brother Itachi. And not that we were just ANBU captains, or about him slaughtering your clan. Sasuke looked at the blonde before he started to speak. Itachi was a genius. He unlocked the Sharingan at the age of 8. He was a genin. At the end of the Third Great Shinobi War, his best friend was Shisui Uchiha. That's pretty much all I got. As the years went by, he became rather distant, and when I asked for help, he would just poke me right in the forehead. And what do you know of me? Other than we've been teammates for the last few months. You were raised, from the age of 6, by Kakashi Sensei. The council hates you. Everyone but a select few hates you. You're ridiculously strong for your age. You have suffered most of your life. You hide your skills doing the academy. And I think you still are. That's about all I got, he said. Good. But tell me, why was I treated like that? If Itachi wanted to test himself, why didn't he try to kill ANBUs? Who is Itachi? Who am I? Sasuke looked towards him. You were in ANBU with Itachi. Did you ever work together, he asked. Yes, we were both on Kakashi's squad. After a couple of years, Itachi was put in charge of his own team. After he killed your clan, I took over his team. But there is more. He didn't take life unnecessarily. The Third Great Shinobi War was traumatic on Itachi that way. Itachi was a pacifist. He liked peace. That is why he joined ANBU to protect from within. That's really all I know, but there is one more thing. The last thing he asked of me. As Naruto remembered that night, the night of the massacre, flashback. A minute after the massacre, Naruto's apartment. Naruto's nose started to twitch a bit. Before he flicked out the kunai out of his pillow and launched it. However, the kunai simply passed through the man that was standing there in his room. As the man's body burst into a flock of crows. As Naruto pulled himself up, he had smelled the blood. Come on out, Itachi, he said. What do you need at this time of night? His promotion test was the next day, as he had no idea what the hell was going on. It was so late and he was tired. Naruto, Shisui is dead. He died 3 days ago. I drowned him. What? Said Naruto. And I just killed my entire clan. Except for Sasuke. What? Said Naruto as he got up fully. You're joking, right? Itachi looked at him with a blank look. Itachi, explain yourself. What the hell is going on? My clan was too weak. They had to be purged. Sasuke is too innocent to go down that path. He has to be pushed into it. I need you to show him the right path. Keep him from what he was born into. Itachi said in a stoic tone. Stop with the damn riddles. I don't know what the hell is going on, but you've saved my life more than once. So tell me what is going on and what do you need me to do? Well, for starters, he's in a very powerful genjutsu right now. He could use some help. Until next time. Itachi was gone in a flock of crows. In the flashback, Sasuke was shocked. Itachi asked you to look after me. Why? Why, Sasuke said. I don't understand. Why would he do that? It doesn't make sense. Sasuke, if I know anything about Itachi, it's that he hated pointless bloodshed. People saying that he's snapping when crazy. As Naruto was quiet for a few seconds. You don't believe that, do you, Sasuke said. Not one bit. He loved Konoha with everything that he got. However, he loved something more. Something more than the entire world put together. As Naruto pointed right towards Sasuke's face. Me? Sasuke said. Yeah, you're mostly what he talks about. He's always trying to think of a way to spare you from what the world has to offer. To not let you be caught up in this pointless chaos that we call the world. He knows how corrupt and destructive this place was, and he doesn't want you to take down that path. He loved you more than anything else. I don't know what truly happened that night, but he wanted me to look out for you. Your life should not revolve around truly going after him just to kill him. If anything, he wanted you to rebuild the clan. Something better, something more powerful. Not just a group of jutsu thieves that rely on their Kiki Genkai only. That's all I know, said Naruto. Sasuke gripped his head. I don't know anymore, he said. Maybe you're right, he told me to get eyes like his. But why? But you said he hated violence. I just don't know, Sasuke said. As he started to literally cry. His mind was filled with so much conflicting emotions that he couldn't handle it. Naruto patted him on the shoulder. Take your time. I felt the same way when I found out about my family as well. Meanwhile, with the clones. Are you shitting me? You called it a kick. One of the clones taunted. Screw you. Boss gave you the easy job to cut those damn leaves. You're just sitting here watching over us, so you can go and screw yourself. The clone leaped from a tree and kicked him right in the throat. I'm in charge, he said. So don't you dare go mounting off to me, as the other one in the ground poofed away. Alright, 15 more minutes before the battle royale. A few minutes later, Sasuke had watched Naruto taking off, saying that he had to go and do something, and he should be back later. And if he didn't come back, they shouldn't wait up for him. Sasuke was now by himself. His mind was whirling. He didn't know what to do. He felt like he was just gonna scream. He was so frustrated, so angry. The blonde had changed his view completely on Itachi, and he realized that Naruto had been something for him that no one else had really been. A friend. But it was still hard on his mind. He just didn't know what to do. But at least Naruto was here to help him, and he was grateful for that. Back with Naruto. A masked individual appeared as he saw over 750 blondes killing each other down there. However, they were nothing but clones. He saw the original, seeming to be watching from a tree. He guessed that was him. It's time to end this, he said. The next day, early morning, Kakashi had believed that this was the day that Zabuza would be back. So yeah, that was a problem. And Naruto was nowhere to be found. While Kakashi knew that Naruto was dependable, he couldn't help but wonder what he was up to. Sasuke was starting to worry, knowing that Zabuza was back on his feet, and that Naruto was out there by himself. That could be really problematic. As they were still at the house, they should have gone out 15 minutes ago. As Sakura wasn't really thinking about anything important, Tazuna was just getting a bit hammered. That was when the door swung open and a head was thrown into the room. As Kakashi had to duck underneath it. Hey Kakashi, you're it, said Naruto, in a cheery, playful tone. All of them looked towards him like he was mad. Who just threw a head at someone? Where the hell did he even get the head? They appeared outside to see some bodies, as all of them were dead. 15 to be exact. No, Kakashi, I believe you owe me some Ryu, said Naruto. Kakashi walked over as he looked at the bodies. No, the bet was 15, and bare hands. And besides, these marks are weapons, he said. What the hell is going on, Tazuna said, as the two of them were examining the 15 bodies. They were sent by Gato to kidnap Inari, and Tsunami as well. I heard them speaking about going after your daughter. People like these always deserve to die the most miserable death, said Naruto. Before we head to the bridge though, there's something you all shall know, said Naruto. Flashback. As the clones had this spell, causing Naruto to rest, as he was now lying on the tree. As he was there waiting until he spoke. So, what's up, Zabuza, he said. You need something. Zabuza was standing tall over Naruto. Yeah, I just need to know a couple of questions, kid, said Zabuza. And what would those be? How the hell are you so good? You knew that I was here. I mean, you're on a Jonin team, that mean you're not a Jonin. Not to mention, you're 12 years old. And my former apprentice, you killed them when you were on ANBU. So tell me, what gives? Well, I was placed in ANBU when I was just 6 years old. I was trained by many powerful people. My guy, Kakashi Hatake, Itachi Uchiha, Shizuru Uchiha the Teleporter, Jiraiya of the Sannin, even the old man every once in a while, and a few ANBU, said Naruto. At the age of 8 I was strong enough to become a recruit under Kakashi, and a member at the age of 9. And sometime after that, a full-blown team leader, said Naruto. You know that ANBU records are sealed, right? So I was forced to stay in the academy. I kept the idiot persona, just to balance things out, said Naruto, so no one would ever find out. Well, I can understand that, but it don't explain you acting like a retard. Well, what can I say? I think it's better to act, well, like every day is gonna be your last and enjoy yourself, rather than being all serious, said Naruto. Well, being serious when time called for it. But it's also in my blood after all. My mother was Kushina Uzumaki, said Naruto. Zabuza froze. Kushina Uzumaki? You mean the red hot habanero? Good God. No, it makes a lot more sense. That woman was a monster in the battlefield. The only person I fear more than her was the fourth. The fourth Hokage, said Zabuza as he kept on looking down at Naruto, who simply smirked. Your eyes. They're exactly the same. Someone who understands that it doesn't matter what messed up thing they have to do. In order to protect their village, they will. You're his son, aren't you? Blonde hair and blue eyes. Hell no, I'm not gonna fight you, said Zabuza, as Naruto laughed. The almighty demon of the mist is not gonna fight a 12-year-old. That's funny. You know, I wonder what people would say if they heard that. Screw reputation, you're the son of two of the most dangerous shinobi's ever produced in the Hidden Leaf, said Zabuza, making Naruto laugh some more. Now tell me, kid, he said, about that invitation of joining your village. You said that you were trained by the third Hokage, right? Yep, said Naruto. So how would this even work? Does he trust you enough to go on your word to let us enter his village? Well, Konoha love powerful ninjas, as long as you serve and don't betray us, and besides, they're obsessed with Keiki Genkai, so yeah, you can say that, said Naruto. I guess you're right. Hey, something else about your mother. How come you're not a swordsman? Your mother was said to be one of the top swordswomen, on par with even the 7 ninja swordsmen. So tell me, why weren't you trained in that art? Well, I would, said Naruto, but I never really got that much into blades. And I know that my parents' things are waiting for me once I become Chunin. The damn council is trying their best to make sure I don't become strong. They're afraid of what might happen once they know that they can't control me anymore, said Naruto. A grin came on Zabuza's face, as Naruto could see it on the bandages. And what's so funny? Well, I have a brilliant way to make sure things go wonderfully, he said. And what would that be? I'm gonna make you my apprentice, to train you in the blade and water ways, he said. Haku did not fit well with a blade, and Naruto killed his last apprentice, so he would be wonderful. Really? You do that, said Naruto. Why, he said. Well, the first one. It will have more say when I enter a village, with Haku of course. And I hate councils, they're always trying to pull some shit. Just some weak, pathetic scum believing that they can control us shinobis. And third, it would be a shame to have the son of Kushina not at least dabble into swordsmanship. Well then, if you're offering, I won't deny. What about Gato? Oh, you just leave that little midget to me. Just meet us at the bridge tomorrow, and then we can head to your village. I can give Haku the life that she finally wants. No more running and hiding, and having her forced to kill. Wait, she? Said Naruto. Yeah, said Zabuza. Oh, one more thing. Yeah, said Naruto. If you touch her, I'll kill you, said Zabuza. Yeah, said Naruto. Zabuza smiled back, as his eyes were closed up in a curved smile. I'm not joking, he said. End of flashback. So that means we don't have to fight him, right? Said Sakura. As Naruto left out a bit of his story so they wouldn't know too much about him, but he told them the gist of what he just remembered. As everyone looked towards her, did she just not hear that story or what? Let's go, said Naruto. He told us to meet him at the bridge. They arrived at the bridge around 15 minutes later. Kakashi had to duck. What the hell, he said as a head was thrown towards him. Tag, you're right, said Zabuza, with a laughter As Naruto started to laugh as well. I told you it would be funny, he said. So this was you, said Kakashi. Come on, it's fun, said Naruto. Stop throwing heads at me, Kakashi said. As Naruto laughed, as he looked towards the head. Well, he's gone. As they turned, to realize it was the head of Gato. Oh yeah, one more thing, kid, said Zabuza. I killed their meal ticket, so they're here to take over. As Naruto glanced behind him to see the group of bandits. You bastard, you killed our meal ticket. So we're gonna take this village. All the women here now belong to us, one of them said. Oh shit, that was the wrong thing to say, said Kakashi. What do you mean, Sensei? Sakura said, looking towards all the bandits. You know, said Naruto, stepping forward, I truly despise people like you. The bandits start to laugh. And what does this brat think that he's gonna do against all of us? Zabuza stepped aside. You all stay out of this, said Naruto. Let me get rid of the filth. As Naruto rushed right into the center of the bandits. Scream and cry could be heard. It was a good thing that the mist was on the village, saving Sakura and Sasuke from the horrendous sights. Naruto came back a moment later, as there was blood on his clothing. Well, at least the bodies are still intact, said Kakashi as he came over. Well, not that one, said Zabuza. The man that had said the words had pissed Naruto off. Well, he was now in pieces on the ground. Time skip. You're our hero! There was a group of girls in the wave that were rather happy as they rushed towards the group. Sakura jumped right in front of Sasuke to stop all of them. However, they paid Sasuke no mind and rushed towards the now clean Naruto. As the woman swarmed him. Help me, said Naruto, crying out to the others. As he was doing it on purpose, giving Kakashi and Zabuza a mocking look while saying that cheeky little brat, said Kakashi, as he watched Naruto relish as some of the women hugged him with their rather large assets, as Naruto basked in glory. Once he was found free, he made his way over towards Inari, as Inari was apologetic for everything that he said, as he hugged Naruto and cried, thanking them all for what they did, and now that they were free, as Naruto promised to visit him soon in the future. As they left. So what's the bridge gonna be named? I know. The almighty Tazuna Bridge, said Tazuna. Hell no, several people shouted, as Tazuna face faulted at that. How about the Great Naruto Bridge, Inari said. This was all because of him. Yeah, that sounds amazing. The Great Naruto Bridge, they started to chant. But guys, to be inspired right here, if you want something important to do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm off now, see you guys soon. Peace, guys.